Before we jump into some rigorous limit solving problems, I want to just step back, zoom out, and make sure that we're all on board. There's three big problems, or three big categories in calculus. We are in category A right now, which is the world of limits. Limits are going to allow us to jump into category B, which is the world of the derivative, and then also build a foundation for understanding category C, which is the world of the integral. There are three primary approaches to solving limit problems and to understanding limits. And up to this point, we have looked at the two that are the easiest to navigate. We've studied limits graphically and we've studied them numerically. A couple of things that you should be thinking about with graphical interpretations: we should make sure that we're understanding one-sided limits and two-sided limits. We should understand what happens as you go out to infinity or as you get really close to zero. Zero is often a point that we look at a lot. Numerically, you should be thinking about tables. We're looking at actual numbers as you approach from the left and from the right, or maybe just from the left or just from the right. We're trying to numerically understand what we're getting very, very close to as x approaches some constant value. And the last approach here is algebraic. And we've actually already talked about this just a little bit. You've already watched a video on direct substitution, and the reason that I gave you that video when I did is because it was helpful, I think, in answering some of the questions that we've looked at and even understanding what's going on graphically. But direct substitution is an algebraic approach. You've also learned the limit laws or limit properties, and that is another tool in the toolbox in category 3 here of algebraically understanding limits. What we're going to launch into here next is actually what you will spend most of your time doing when you approach a limit problem, and that is algebraically using skills that you have, skills like factoring a quadratic and skills like removing a removable discontinuity and simplifying rational expressions. We're going to be using all those algebra skills that you guys honed in pre-calc and in Algebra 2 to solve limit problems. So that is where we are going next. So let's go ahead and just add this last point here. This is going to just be, we're just going to call this simplify. You're going to be simplifying algebraic expressions using your awesome algebra skills.